The Edifier K800 is a headset that is marketed to fit both the needs of gaming and voice calls, all for a cheap price. It features an inline mic/remote so you can adjust your volume and mute yourself on the fly. The K800 also comes in multiple variants and palette swaps. They are available in USB, dual input, and single input, with black, sapphire, and blue camo as color choices. Was the marketing right? Let's find out. TLDR, the headset's quality is good, especially for the price. A little loud out of the box, but that's okay. Where the K800 really shines is with the microphone. The mic is crisp and clear and sounds almost like a freestanding one, and would be perfect for voice calls. However, it isn't really the best in gaming since it doesn't really emphasize noises in the distance or tiny ones like far footsteps or gunshots. Want to hear my thoughts a little bit more? Then stick around for the full review. First off, let's start with what makes the K800 great. The microphone on this little thing was better than I expected, better than the Logitech H151, an office headset, by a long shot, and by a tiny margin against the Cloud Stinger, another budget gaming headset. If there's one critique I have on the microphone, it's that it doesn't have a pop filter, so it picks up subtle noises and occasionally the audio from your earpieces. But you have noise cancelling software like RTX Voice and I guess Crisp, then this might be the perfect headset microphone. Moving on, the price is so cheap. On Amazon US, it costs around $20, and here in the Philippines, it costs 1,100 pesos, but can go for as low as 700. In comparison, the H151 costs around 700 pesos and shockingly $20 US, while the HyperX Cloud Stinger for 2,500 pesos or $40 US. For aesthetics, there's nothing much to write about, and that's a good thing, since there's nothing too distracting or weighing it down. It has a plastic but very rigid frame with leather earmuffs. The muffs though feel like cheap leatherette with hard foam stuck behind them, so that's that. There are 3 color variants: matte black for the sleek professional look, sapphire blue for that extra flair, and blue camouflage for the ultra instant gamer. And on top of that, it also comes with multiple variants: dual 3.5mm jacks for PC users, a single 3.5 for mobile and laptops, and even USB if your office doesn't have any jacks. Now, let's talk about audio. It isn't really exceptional, but it shouldn't really be brushed off. Compared to the dozens of cheap gaming headsets, this little piece really stands out, and I'd love to see it more than the heavy, quiet, and disappointing headsets in iCafes. But that doesn't mean there are things that I don't really like. For starters, it doesn't really emphasize distant audio. What I mean from this is that it drowns the noise in the background when something's playing in the foreground, and well, in the first place, the background isn't really something you can hear. Listening to music as well, sometimes the background instruments are lightly drowned over the more prominent ones. Another problem I have with the audio is the bass. It just isn't really there. Even with the most bass-heavy music I listen to, it feels like a very faint heartbeat more than anything. Surround sound though works well and I can pinpoint locations easily. There is one thing to take note of, and it's the mute toggle. The mute toggle doesn't always mute your mic. If you yell loud enough, you can hear yourself, and sometimes it leaks your desktop audio, so be mindful of that. Now let's talk about what I dislike about it in general. The reason why I dislike the audio is that compared to my Cloud Stinger, it's just better in overall performance as a budget gaming headset, even if I think the K800 has a better mic. I'd love to talk about the Cloud Stinger though, and maybe I'll upload my review on it, but if you're looking for one, there are others there that are worth checking out. Anyway, let's move on to comfort. To be honest, they hurt the top of my ears, especially during extended sessions, to the point that I take them off for a few minutes. The muffs aren't exactly over the ear since they cover most of it, except the fleshy bits. It doesn't really hurt, it's kind of annoying when you want to use your device in peace. Going back, we also have the mute toggle that doesn't mute when it should. In practice, I don't use the mute toggle since I use Discord's different function, but for Skype calls and Zoom meetings, I can see how this could be a problem. You also have the wide pickup range of the microphone, and did I also mention the jack electrocutes you? So, in conclusion, the Edifier K800 is a great budget headset that delivers excellently on the casual chatting experience, but somewhat ends up as average in the gaming department. I highly approve of it if you're looking for a cheap no-nonsense headset with a good mic. In the long run, however, it's easily replaceable when you have a higher budget for better headsets, but this one will always stand out among the rest to me. That's all to the video. This is my first review series video and I'd like to cover a few other things in the future as well. If you liked it, then leave a comment about it, and if you didn't, might as well leave one as well. Since this is the first of my reviews, I would appreciate all the comments you could give me so I could further improve on my content. Once again, that's all, and thank you for watching.
Are we,
Go, go, go!
is it good?
Carlo, go!
Hey, you spot
Oh,
for
go,
me!
go.
No, makihit si Carlo!
Hey, I'm coming! Boys, where are you?
Uy, I'm
What
gonna
the
fall off!
Oh shit!
Oh god.
Wow.